Right there. This is one of the NYPD's biggest challenges right now. Now, the NYPD expects the migrant Venezuelan gang crimes to actually get worse in this city before it gets better. They're waving the guns around.
Correct.
Waving guns and flashing gang signs on this video. The NYPD says these are suspected members of the ruthless Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, which has been infiltrating the U.S. for the last 2 years. NYPD Assistant Chief of Detectives Jason Savino telling me it is believed this video was made while the gang members were in Ecuador, and its purpose is to recruit new members.
Then, when you fast forward, you see the same individuals where? In Times Square. So that's our concern.
Venezuelan gangs are targeting New York police officers. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, the NRA certification of multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And you like channel, like content, and what I do here, you can support me with the link. Everything is appreciated. Connecticut residents going out to get your permit, please check your training. Make sure it's 100% compliant with the state. If you already have your permit, watch the expiration date. Don't let it expire. There's a link to the online renewal portal for permits in the description box. Keep an eye on that. Let's talk about this. And this is stemming from a story I broke about a week ago where 2 NYPD officers were shot while pursuing a person who was, I believe, riding a moped down the wrong way in the street. And knowing that there is a problem with moped crime where people on mopeds are snatching women's purses, attacking people on the street, jumping on mopeds, taking off. They decided to pull the guy over, or attempted to. It turned into a pursuit. And then this person turned around and shot both officers. Now this person has gone before a judge. And what has come to light is very disturbing.
Suspect identified as a Venezuelan migrant accused of shooting 2 officers after they tried to pull him over for driving the wrong way. But prosecutors say his criminal activity goes much deeper than this one incident.
Fox Eye's Jessica Formosa joins us live from East Elmhurst with what he allegedly fessed up to. Jess.
Natasha and Teresa, he said a lot, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But as you recall, this suspect came into this country illegally a year ago. He was arraigned on a number of charges, including 2 counts of attempted murder in the first degree. Now, he made a shocking confession to authorities, saying that he is a member of the vicious Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, and that gang is smuggling firearms into migrant shelters. Bernardo Raul Castro Mata, the Venezuelan migrant who shot 2 police officers earlier this month, came face to face with the judge this morning. The 19-year-old arrived in a wheelchair and didn't say a word, but prosecutors say he spoke at length with investigators, giving shocking details of that night and what he's been up to since he arrived in New York City. He told cops he worked for DoorDash and received the gun he used to shoot the officers from a friend.
Last night, I was coming home from work. I was in a car with my friend, and my friend, Jose Maita, gave me a bag with a gun in it and asked me to keep it for her.
The suspect confessing to police that he's a member of the notorious Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. According to audio recordings read by prosecutors, Mata claims he was recruited by a cousin to join the gang to do robberies. But the most shocking claim, the gang has been smuggling guns into city-run shelters.
Tren de Aragua members are smuggling firearms into city shelters inside food delivery packages. That way they'll have to go through the metal detector.
On June 3rd, 2 NYPD officers attempted to pull him over for driving an unregistered scooter the wrong way on a one-way street in East Elmhurst. As police tried to pull him over, Mata ran off. Police chased him, and when they caught up with him, he resisted arrest. Mata allegedly fired at both officers, shooting Officer Christopher Abreu in the leg and Officer Richard Yaruso point blank in the front of his bulletproof vest. In court this morning, the ADA says Mata also said that shooting at police officers is what they do in his home country.
It is common practice for Tren de Aragua gang members to shoot at police officers. because Venezuelan police officers shoot at gang members for minor infractions. Venezuelan police officers get shot often in my home country because criminals feel there is a chance of getting away.
You heard that. This gang, Tren de Aragua, hope I said that correctly, is basically put out a memo, whatever it may be, that their members must shoot NYPD officers. Now, my thought is, New York, especially New York City is a gun-free zone. Even if you have a permit, it's a gun-free zone. Yet, here we have this rampant crime building in New York City with illegal immigrants. And yet, despite the draconian laws that New York has when it comes to ownership of firearms, they seem to have no problem getting them. It's just so backwards. But I want to go ahead and play this clip to give you a full idea of what is actually happening and how deep the problem actually is.
Police are trying to tackle the rapidly escalating violent crime among Venezuelan gang members in the city who have gotten into New York.
Fox 8's Linda Schmidt talked to the NYPD, who says this crime wave is one of their greatest challenges. She joins us live from the newsroom now. Linda, what can you tell us tonight?
Well, basically what you just said right there, this is one of the NYPD's biggest challenges right now. Now, the NYPD expects the migrant Venezuelan gang crimes to actually get worse in this city before it gets better.
So that's our concern.
The NYPD says Tren de Aragua has been making it over the border with the migrant influx and is getting established in New York.
What we do see is they are trying to grow.
The gang has gone from petty crimes like shoplifting and stealing cell phones and jewelry to all-out shootouts in the streets. Alleged gang member Bernardo Raul Mata recently confessing to police that gang members are being instructed to shoot police officers. Mata is charged with shooting two officers after they stopped him for riding a moped the wrong way on a one-way street in Queens. In court, an assistant district attorney revealing what Mata told investigators about the gang.
Tren de Aragua members are smuggling firearms into city shelters inside food delivery packages. That way they don't have to go through the metal detector.
Guns being smuggled into migrant shelters in food delivery packages that are not being screened. The gang violence is escalating, and now drugs are coming into the picture.
We're just starting to see a drug called Tusi, which is a pink cocaine type substance.
It seems like this is a huge challenge.
It's as big of a challenge as we faced.
The NYPD has faced difficult challenges in the past and is determined to win this fight to keep New Yorkers safe.
We're having success. We're taking down networks of individuals. We're up to the task and we'll accomplish it.
You heard that and you saw that. You have persons in the video acting out little scenarios of shooting people, holding guns, and the next time you see them in video, they're in New York City. That is a real problem. And just think of it like this, especially for you New York people. If they're willing to shoot at police officers, what do they care about you and your life? You are nothing but spit to them. If they're willing to shoot at officers, police officers who are armed to shoot back, they know the chances of you being armed because of, once again, ridiculous progressive policies when it comes to guns. Your life isn't worth a damn to them. This is another problem. I had done a video very recently talking about the rising crime and the immigration, how it's tied to illegal immigration. And people, of course, immediately the fact checkers jumped in and said, oh, no, there's no correlation between the two. You can't prove that. But over the last year, go back to 2023, crime in Venezuela has gone down. Crime in the U.S. has gone up. And we have a mass migration of Venezuelans coming into the country. Just do the math. It doesn't take a genius to see the problem. I tell New York citizens, if you can get a permit, you're not allowed to carry in the Times Square, the 5 boroughs, if I'm not mistaken. That's a gun-free zone. But man, pay attention to what's going on around you. I mean, we just had a stabbing in East Village. Guy got killed, basically trying to save a woman's life. I mean, stuff is out of control. It's almost coming to the point where you almost have to advocate for good people to break the law to protect their lives. It's just out of control, and it's going to get worse. And God help us. Two things are going to happen, and I want to bring this up because the election is coming up. If Biden loses, expect a wave of illegal immigrants to come to the border like you had never seen in your life. Expect that, because they know once Trump's in, that the party's over. Also, if Biden were to win, it gets even worse than that, because now it's open season. And clearly, the criminal element is coming across the border. For those of us who are fortunate enough to be able to exercise our constitutional rights, please exercise your constitutional rights. Ladies, there is an explosion of illegal immigrants attacking women. Pay attention to who is in your orbit and why they are there. If you can arm yourself, arm yourself. Learn how to use your firearm proficiently. But this thing is getting out of control, and the powers that be don't seem to want to take care of it until it comes to their neighborhood. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace.